you ready to get outside of your current audience? Are you ready to grow? Are you ready to do it outside of social media? If that is the case, stay tuned because I'm going to show you exactly how to grow your visibility, increase your visibility off of social media. Although we love on social media too, but this is a way to get outside of your current followers and really expand and leverage someone else's audience. Stay tuned because these tips are going to support you so much. Have you ever felt that your audience is too small to actually create a business from? Because I'm going to show you today on how that is not true. We're going to debunk that myth, and I'm going to help you get outside of your current followers off of social media. So after helping thousands of women get visible, I have learned one truth. You can grow a business with a small audience, and you can also attract people by other areas by doing the things that we are going to talk about today. So the fastest way to get there is leveraging and borrowing somebody else's audience. And it's going to make it so much easier for you because it is in a responding form. And that is being a guest on more podcasts. How do we do that? How do you leverage that? Well, we're going to talk about that today because I know it's going to serve and support you. Okay. So let me talk about the ways that you can do this because it's going to blow your mind. And I want to get through this as fast as possible so that you can start to get to work. Like this is an action video. Like listen, watch, and then go take action. Okay. So number one, we want to have a positioning strategy, meaning I like to have 3, no more than 5 topics that I can talk about at any time, meaning these are my expertise. These are the things that are going to serve and support your audience at the highest level. And so I have those talking points always ready. I'm always available to talk about them, answer the questions, and really help their audience overcome something that they're dealing with, right? So I'm always going to be on podcasts that we're talking about marketing, we're talking about growing your business. And what are those 3 to 5 talking points that you can talk about, right? It's like that post used to go around on social media. If you had to talk about something for 30 minutes with no preparation, what could you talk about? Those are the things. You don't need to prepare for this, right? People are going to ask you questions, ask you to take the lead. And as long as you know this information deep in your soul, because you're so convicted and confident about it, it's going to be so easy for you to be a guest on someone else's podcast and be asked questions. And my favorite podcasts are the ones where they challenge me and they ask me questions I've never answered before because it makes me also grow. It makes me a little uncomfortable, but that's all a good thing because I'm only going to come out better and be able to answer and respond better in the process and probably create a bunch of content from it too. Okay. So those 3 topics that we're convicted about, we're confident about, and we could talk about with no preparation. Okay. The second thing is we want to find podcasts that we can be on. So this is great. Podcast directories. There's a lot of Facebook groups that you can find podcasts to be on. You can search. You can also use ChatGPT to help you. One of my favorite though is Podmatch. And so this is a service I actually pay for, but it organizes everything inside of a system and you get matched with potential podcast hosts. And this is, again, it's a no-brainer. I've gotten so many opportunities from this. So I challenge you to check this out and I'll drop the link that you can sign up and try it out for a month. It's $32 a month. But again, it's a great, great system and helps me organize all of these opportunities that I'm getting on to be on other people's podcasts, right? The third thing I would say is if you're listening to podcasts that you know you'll be a great fit for, obviously listening to them. And when people reach out to me to be on my podcast and they said, oh my gosh, I listened to your episode with XYZ and I absolutely loved it. And I know that I can bring something to the table here. I know I have something to contribute. And that right there says, okay, you're interested enough to listen to an episode to see if you're a fit. And so that right there is a great connection with a potential host. If you already know what kind of podcast you want to be on, if you don't know where to start, go back to the one I talked about before in Podmatch. And it's a great opportunity for you to be connected with people who are a great fit for you. It's a great service. Okay. So the next thing is that we can talk, or the things we can talk about to be a great guest. So how can we be a great guest? Well, first of all, try to stay on time, become prepared, right? Come video ready. Most podcasts are going to do video and audio. And so be in a quiet place, all those things, just like general information, right? At least like be a good human. That's pretty much it, right? The other thing is I like to have a Google folder where I have approved photos, I have my bio, I have any links that I may give on the podcast. So all that's available for them. So it's easy. And then I also have what I call sound bites ready. These are little things that I say all the time, everywhere, but it's easy for the podcast host to pull those and use those as attraction for people to want to listen to that episode. So having those sound bites ready where you can put them in. And again, this is things you probably already say. You can go to ChatGPT and take a transcript of videos or multiple videos that you've created and go and say, where are the sound bites? What do I say all the time? And then pull those out and just make sure that you continue to say those in these upcoming videos. And sometimes they're accidental and they're great, but becoming prepared and knowing these are the things that you always say are going to help you be remembered even more. Okay. A bonus is if you're already visible, especially on video, specifically camera, right? You're going to get a lot more opportunities because you're already practicing using your voice. People are going to see how you present yourself. And so it's an easy yes. I've gotten so many opportunities because I focus on my YouTube channel and people always see me on YouTube. They see how I speak. They see how I present. They see how I talk. And they know if I could present like this, then, oh my gosh, when I ask her questions, which is a responding, which is a lot easier for a lot of people, especially just getting on video, I know she's going to do well because she already knows how to talk well and speak well about the thing that she's so passionate about, even by herself with an invisible audience that she can't see. So these are great ways to get on other podcasts, be a guest on podcasts, and get your name out there even further. I am also going to drop a link to a free resource that has all of my favorite podcast opportunities, Facebook groups, and things like that. And then also some tips that'll help you. It's simple Google Doc. Just download it and go to work. That's all we want you to do here. Just go to work. Take it, take the action, and put yourself out there to get in front of other people's audiences and leverage it. Again, it could grow your following. It could grow your email list if you have a freebie or a downloadable that they can grab while you're on the podcast that you want to promote. But again, if you don't do it, then there's no opportunity for growth from it, right? But if you're willing to put yourself out there and promote their show, you're going to get so much visibility. You're going to get so much attention. You're going to have so much social proof that's going to blow your mind. And again, give you so many more opportunities because my thing is, I always say, I'm going to go on a podcast. And if I get one new connection out of it, to me, it was worth it. Obviously, I get a lot more on many podcasts, but putting myself out there is the first thing. And again, I practice using my voice every time I answer a question for someone. It makes me a better speaker. It makes me a better communicator. It makes me a better coach. It makes me a better expert. It makes me a better thought leader. And who is going to say no to that?